Yo, what's up guys? Ryan again here, and today I'm going to be presenting you with 3 questions to ask yourself before you drop your hard-earned money on the GoPro Hero 8, I'm assuming black. What you are seeing on the screen right now are top secret photos that were leaked onto the internet from China that I'm assuming GoPro does not want you to be able to see early. So that is beside the point. Let's get right into the fact of whether or not you should purchase the new GoPro Hero 8 when it becomes available. Okay, so first big question to ask yourself is, number 1, do you need it? Or 2, do you want it? Now, it's like a 2-part question, so really think about this. And what I mean by that is, do you need it? As in, is your current GoPro you have right now actually really holding you back from creating better films, taking better photos, and generally just using your piece of equipment? If it is, then I say yes, you should definitely purchase the GoPro Hero 7 or Hero 8 Black or whatever they decide to call it. Because on the horizon now, there are a few features, and I'll get into that in a second, that do make this a better camera than the previous version of the 7 and the 6 and the 5. Now, if you have a 5 Black or earlier, I definitely think you should invest in the new GoPro Hero 8. Or even just get yourself a 7 because the quality in the camera is far superior. If you have a 5 Black, that's like the teetering point of where I think you should probably invest because the image quality is significantly better in the newer cameras because of the chips and all the cool stuff they have. But it's not necessary. To the need aspect, ask yourself, how much am I using my current GoPro? If you're using it all the time, like somebody like myself or a lot of my students and people I teach and the clients I work with, I need to use my camera all the time. So it makes sense for me to generally have the best one available, provided I feel that I have the money to spend on that and it's not going to set me back, and I'm actually using the current cameras that I have. So if you need it, if you decided your gears are turning right now, and yes, maybe you have an old camera, yes, you are a person who uses their GoPro quite often, then I say, sure, go ahead and get it. Purchase it. It's probably going to be around $400. And knowing GoPro, they're going to, within like 3 months, knock off 50 or 100 bucks and piss everybody off. But somebody like myself, I'm still going to pay the $400 when it comes out so I can get it. So going on the want aspect of this first question, okay, do you just want it because it's new? Is it not actually going to make you a better filmmaker? Like, I personally don't think that if you have a Hero 7 Black right now, that the Hero 8 is going to make you any better. It's not. The camera, the changes that they're making and the leaks that they have, it's just not that much better. So that's the truth. And I don't know if anybody's telling you that, but I hope they are. So really ask yourself, do you need it? Is your current GoPro holding you back from achieving the things, maybe posting content or doing the videos or the films or working with clients that you want? Then yeah, go get it. But if it's not, if it's just a want, then just evaluate, hey, I don't know if I actually need this because not much is gonna change. And that's kind of how I am right now. I'm still undecided. I probably will buy one because, let's face it, I'm making videos about GoPro, so it makes sense to have the newest GoPro, so that's a need. So yeah, I will most likely be purchasing it. But now, let's get into question number 2 to ask yourself, how do the new features actually make you better? So GoPro is releasing some new features. Now, all these are speculated because they've been leaked out of China or whatever, but GoPro is in September. They usually announce in September and then they ship in October. They'll probably send a bunch of YouTubers. I'm probably too small out early to start doing unboxing and stuff. Damn it, GoPro. It makes it really hard for me to catch trends if you don't send me the camera. So with that said, let's talk about the new features. And the first and notable feature is, and this is speculatory because they're based on sites and things I've seen, and that's 4K 120 frames per second. Now, the average person, if you're watching this video, if you're a beginner, if you're just casually using your GoPro to make your Instagram awesome and you're occasionally doing travel videos, I don't think you will probably never need 4K by 120. That is a very large file. And I talk about this a lot because even 4K footage in itself is very large files, and most people don't have the computing power or the power of a laptop to even be able to process and edit the footage that you are shooting with your GoPro. So that's why I recommend everybody shoots in 2.7K, linear or wide, depending on your preference of how you like the screen to look. And with that said, but 4K 120, if you're an action sports photographer, if you're or videographer, if you're an action sports athlete and you want to capture some of the stuff that you are doing, yes, 4K 120 is going to look really cool and literally really cool. You're going to be able to like see the specs as like a tire goes by like this. It's going to be amazing. But again, ask yourself, can you even edit the footage? Do you have a high-powered laptop or a PC or something that can just edit the footage that you're shooting? If the answer is no to that, then 4K 120 will do nothing for you. If the answer is yes, then yeah, you should probably grab the new GoPro Hero 8 or Hero 8 Black. I keep saying Hero 7 because I'm so used to it because that's the one I have. Next up is the flip-up screen. Now, I am not a big fan of using the GoPro for vlogging. It seems to be like everybody tries to adapt a piece of equipment to make it do everything. And the GoPro, I don't think, will ever be a good vlogging camera. It will work in a pinch. It will be okay, but that's not the best camera to get if you were trying to vlog. You know, in retrospect, if you're trying to be a vlogger, you should have a camera for vlogging, and you should have your GoPro for the cool shots, B-roll, action, POV stuff, and then you mix them together and you make awesome videos. One camera generally in this situation will not do all. Now, that isn't to say that another feature, which is GoPro's including now a flip-up screen, or hypothetically, it's what the leak says, is a flip-up screen. So you can see yourself. Now, I have a Sony a6500, that's what I'm filming this on. It doesn't have a flip-up screen. I've never once in my life actually had a flip-up screen. I just look at the lens and I never have a problem. I don't know why people tend to have problems with putting themselves in the frame. But, you know, that's a topic for a whole nother video. So if you like to look at yourself and make sure you're in frame, then yeah, I guess the flip-up screen would help you if you were vlogging with your GoPro. But again, it's not the best camera for vlogging, and it never will be. So I urge you to use the camera for what it's intended for. Catching action stuff, doing POV, and generally just taking cool photos with the unique GoPro look. Now the next feature that does make the vlogging aspect, one thing that GoPros have always lacked, and that is good audio. The audio has always been shit. Terrible. Even when they try to make it better, it's like it just sucks. So there is a microphone jack supposedly on the new GoPro Hero 8. That will be awesome. But again, you only need the audio if you are vlogging. And I would urge you against vlogging with a GoPro. Even though it's discreet, there just are better options. The Sony RX100, the Canon G7X, Sony A5100, 6500, 6000s. They're very small. Like, it's just as weird holding a GoPro as it is to hold a Sony a6500. Like, you're that guy, regardless of the size of the camera on top. So, totally up to you. So you have 4K 120, you have the flip-up screen, and you have the audio jack. All of which I believe are very good improvements. Besides the 4K 120, I just don't really think the average person needs that. So, if you like the idea of flip-up screen, I personally don't like the flip-up screen because I think it's going to make the camera more fragile. I'll be interested to see how they pull this off, if they pull it off, if it's not just speculation. But again, this is my personal opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But ask yourself again, do you need it or do you want it? All right, and last but not least, there's actually a hot shoe mount, which kind of goes into the vlogging aspect, again, with the flip-up screen, the audio jack, so you have better audio so you can talk to the camera, and then a hot shoe mount so you can mount a microphone or a light or both or all kinds of things. So again, if you're trying to use it for vlogging, I guess, yeah, the hot shoe mount works and it's going to be a good addition for you. Same with the audio. So if you were attempting to use the GoPro for a vlogging camera, I think the new GoPro Hero 8 will be a camera of choice for you. But again, I just don't, there's better options for vlogging in my opinion. Now, I don't know. I'm going to buy the Hero 8 and probably do a vlog test and see if I like it. But I'm not a vlogger, nor do I care to be. So again, do you a need versus want? Are you a vlogger right now and you just want a little more inconspicuous camera to get by? Then you probably should buy the GoPro Hero 8. The third and final question I want you to ask yourself, and this is where anybody that purchases camera equipment or anybody that does anything where that requires buying gear, is ask yourself and be honest with yourself, because this camera is not going to make you a better filmmaker. Okay? You being a good filmmaker and constantly getting better as a filmmaker is what makes you better. A new camera 4K, 120, all these different specs, they don't make you better. What makes you better is you going out there, using the tools at your disposal, using what you have, and creating stuff every day. That's what makes you better. So if you're planning to buy the GoPro Hero 8 because you want to be a better filmmaker, a better videographer, a better photographer, don't. Get good with what's at your disposal. I didn't have the luxury of buying the newest camera every time it came out 3, 4, 5 years ago. Like, I had to use what I got. I got my start on GoPros with the Hero Session, okay, which is a very basic camera, and I made awesome stuff. And I grew my Instagram account from 2,000 followers to like 10,000 followers just using a singular Hero 5 Session. I bought it. I think my dad gave it to me. It was a gift. I didn't even buy it. But I used the hell out of that camera, and then I upgraded to the 5 Black. And then I upgraded to the 7 Black. But the camera doesn't make me a better filmmaker. What makes me a better filmmaker is that I always tell a story, a beginning, a middle, end, or I always help people do something, a tutorial. I help them come to a decision, or I help them learn how to do something. These are what's important. Okay, so ask yourself this, and be honest with yourself, because buying the new GoPro Hero 8 is not going to make you a better filmmaker. That's the truth. But it will, because it has a bigger processor and some stuff. It probably does have a little better image quality. So some stuff will look better to a degree. But I guarantee you, if you take somebody with talent with a GoPro Hero 7 or a Hero 6 or a Hero 5 Black to take a photo next to the Hero 8, you as the average viewer, or somebody that's the average viewer, or somebody that's scrolling through your Instagram is not going to be able to tell the difference. So that's my rant on this. And I want to give you a little bonus, because if you have the money, just buy it, because you'll probably use it and you'll like it. But, I mean, that's if you have the money. That's if you can spend $400 or whatever it's going to be and just say, I'm going to spend $400 a day and buy the camera. Cool. Do that. Because if that inspires you to go out and create, and if that inspires you to go make some awesome stuff, that's what I want to see. That's my purpose in having this channel, is I want to help you use whatever model GoPro you have. But generally speaking, anything under the 5 is pretty outdated and you need to upgrade. So with that said, my name is Ryan McGinn. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in GoPro videos, I have an awesome 26-minute tutorial video showing you guys how to edit. I'll link that up here in the cards and in the end screen. And also I have one about photography. So if you want to get your start taking GoPro pictures, I have another 22-minute tutorial I'll link up here or put up here as well. That's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're going to buy the Hero 8 when it comes out here in September, October-ish. That's it. Peace.